Welcome back to part 4 of our 4-part series on the ideal physical therapy private practice models. Hope you caught the first 3 episodes or parts where we actually discussed the insurance model, the out-of-network model, and the cash-based model. Today, what I want to talk to you about and give you some tips and suggestions on how to succeed in what's called the hybrid model. The hybrid model, for many of you who have been thinking about going into private practice, is in my mind the absolute ideal practice arrangement, the absolute ideal. So let's talk about the successful actions or key elements you need to have in place to succeed in the hybrid model. Number 1, you definitely need to do a business strategic plan. The business strategic plan is going to define for you what your purpose, goals, and objectives are in going into private practice. Now we're talking a bricks and mortar kind of practice, not a mobile PT running around with things in your trunk, which is fine, which is great. I actually like it, but it's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about a freestanding PTPP, PT private practice, where you are taking in-network insurance patients and doing cash-based services in addition to it. So the in-network insurance is important because it gives you that mailbox income if you think of it that way. Because once your referral sources know you're accepting Blue Cross Blue Shield of Florida or you're accepting, Humana or Aetna, they'll send their Humana Aetna people to you regularly because they know that you're a participating provider. Also, for our executive clients, what we ask you to do is call the reps at Humana and Aetna and Cigna and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Get to know the people who are on the other end of the phone when a participating member, flips over their insurance card, calls that 1-800 number and says, "Hey, my doctor said I need therapy. Where should I go?" Those people will say, "Here's the people on our list." You want to make sure you're on their list. So this is an important action for you to take. When you do your business model, it defines for you how big the clinic is, how many offices you may want. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3. Maybe it's small 1,500 square foot family practice with 3 therapists and 2 additional support staff members. That's great. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fantastic. My point is, if you don't know where you're trying to go, you'll never arrive at it. If you can't close your eyes and picture the painting you want to paint, you can't paint it. So don't go into business because somebody's telling you this is that or this is this, and you're just following the money or you're following somebody else's advice. You've got to build your business based on your vision of where you want to be when you land on your feet and everything is going the way you envision it for yourself. That's the whole reason why I created Meg Academy, is because when I started, I put my head in my hands. I said, oh my gosh, I'd pay anybody anything if they showed me how to do this right. I know exactly what I want. I want 3 offices. I want number of therapists and clinicians working for me who would never want to work anywhere else. And I want patients coming in raving about our practice and willing to wait on a waiting list to come see us because we're so darn good. I didn't care what everybody else was doing. I didn't care that there were 12 clinics within 2 miles of me. I wanted to build something that just connected with the public and connected with my referral sources, that we were the real deal. We weren't in business to do business. And that's an important key element. I hope you go into physical therapy private practice to help others, not to go in business to do business. But you have to be business-minded, otherwise you can't keep your doors open. So in being business-minded, the hybrid model is absolutely ideal, because if you can get 20% of your gross revenue through your cash-based services and 80% through your insurance-based services, and you make sure that each and every one of your insurance-based services are paying you at least $20 over your costs for providing that treatment, then you're good. You've got the right carriers. You're good. You're going to be wildly successful, very fair and balanced, and you're going to have the work-life balance that you deserve as a practice owner. Aren't you tired of hearing only employees seeking work-life balance? Shouldn't you be seeking work-life balance? That's exactly what I want. That's exactly why we try to provide front desk management system, billing, collections, and credentialing, because those are the things that are the biggest thorn in most private practice owners' sides. So we try to offload that for you so that you can get to the business of providing care and delivering high quality care to your patients. So you're looking for that ideal office for a hybrid practice. I'm going to suggest 1,500 to 2,500 square feet is the ideal operation for that. Next, you have to run a production center formula. Just like I talked about in part 3, you have to know how many production centers you have, multiply it out, and know exactly what that space can generate for you. Number 3, I guess, we need a pro forma. Very early on, a pro forma, because you're going to need to know what is your income generation from your insurance base and Medicare and so on, and what are you going to be charging for your private pay. And what are those private pay services? Is that the newbie eStem, which has been a rock star no matter any clinic I've ever put it in, it's wildly successful. Is it dry needling? Is it laser? Is it Pilates? Is it personal fitness training? What is it? What are those cash-based services? Because you can't provide necessarily cash-based services that are covered under the contracts of your insurance companies or Medicare, because they're going to have to go and use their insurance to receive those services. But if this is something that's outside of the scope, and maybe you have a personal fitness trainer or maybe you have a massage therapist providing those services, not physical therapists, well, there's your cash arm. There's your cash vertical there. When you do this, you could also treat patients. And then in the discharge visit, here's a tip for success here. Here's something that we give to our executives all the time. Make sure that if you have personal fitness training and massage, or maybe it's just personal fitness training, have that person come in and participate in the discharge visit of your physical therapy patient, and let that physical therapy patient, as a result of them being a patient, they get special pricing for the aftercare programs that you have. Whether it's a gym membership, they can come in and use your equipment, or it's personal fitness training, a package of 8 or a package of 12 sessions. They get a 10 or 15% discount under what the regular public would get. Now they feel special. Now they feel like you appreciate them as a patient, and you didn't only treat them to get them out of the woods into their long-term goals for physical therapy, but you also enrolled them into the aftercare program that you had. So now that they can pay cash and they can receive that care, and they're still connected. They're connected to your practice. See, I think the most important thing in physical therapy 2022 and beyond is that we are trying to achieve optimum health for each and every patient that comes into our office. They may start off as a total knee replacement rehab patient, but they may end up in your personal fitness training wellness program where they're actually learning how to control their BMI and their body weight and their nutrition and their water intake and everything else that comes along with that. So think forward about, again, your ideal scene. Think about your cash-based services. Make sure they're not going to be covered in network and your in-network carriers, so that you can actually offer additional services beyond what's covered in the insurance. And be efficient. The best advice I can give everybody who's been watching this 4-part series, and applies to every single one of them: do not hire people. Do not spend time and money providing work and labor and resources to things that are not physical therapy. Billing is not physical therapy. Outsource billing. Accounting is not physical therapy. Outsource it. Bookkeeping, outsource it. Credentialing, outsource it. Legal, outsource it. As much as you can get off your plate and minimize your payroll and expenditures and overhead to deliver these services, the more viable you will be. Currently, I am developing a front desk digital remote system that we could potentially not even have a human being in our clinics working with patients coming in each and every day. So stay tuned for that. That is in the works. I am collaborating and building that out right now. I know there's been some out there, and they're half, I won't say the rest of the word, they're not to the level that I think it should be at, and we're going to take it to the next level. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on that. If you want to learn more, please go to our website, click subscribe, hit like, really pay this forward. I'm trying to bring great content to great people so that you can do great things.